Well, good evening, everyone. This is Miss Gail over here, Georgia Peachnut. How you doing? Back out here on top of the deck and on my deck. Sorry, and it's time for me to get with the kale and clay and the squash. I was watching Miss Cheryl and her husband on Baptiste Roots. I think it was earlier this morning, and she was being introduced to the squash bug and the vine borer, more so to the squash bug. And I've been procrastinating. Let me straighten you up. I've been procrastinating about getting out here and doing the kale and clay and doing my zucchini and squash. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm bringing you along as I baptize my zucchini and squash into the something's biting me into the solution. I didn't make a big solution, so let me show you what I did. Bringing you down. Don't forget to take your motion sickness pills. Yeah, bringing you down so you can see. This is some water, and all I'm using, I don't make a big deal out of things, and it's okay if people do, but I don't. Let me bring you over here. Use what you have. This is like a to-go container right here, and this is my kale and clay. I put some in a little bag to keep out here on the deck. Just a little cup. And I'm going to put some in here. They say, I think it's 16 ounces to a gallon of water or something. I'm just going to play it by ear. Do it the way the directions say do it. But I'm just going to play it by ear because I'm not going to use a spray bottle. Now, you can use a spray bottle, or you can use a sprayer. It depends on how much you're going to be, how many items you're going to be using it for, the area amount that you need to cover. I'm just doing 2 squash plants right now. I saw it looked like a black squash bug, but it didn't have the red markings on it. So I was like, is that the male? But it kept hovering around my squash plants, and it couldn't get a landing because I had a lot of herbs around it, and I think that probably deterred it. I had the sage and the basil and thyme and all that other stuff that was all around it, and it was frustrated because I kept trying to shoo it away. It wouldn't go. So, but it kept trying to land. So I said, let me really get on out there and get with my plant. So this is what, normally you have something about this high so that you could take it and dip this down in it and turn the leaves and stuff. Since I don't, I'm going to improvise. And I'm going to do it like this with a cup and pour it over the stem. I'll hold it like this so you can see it. It's nothing but kale and clay. It's not going to hurt anything. This plant is producing. This is the zucchini plant right here. I have a squash bug that was trying to get into my house. So they're actually after the plant. And you want to take your plants and look on the top and bottom sides of the leaves. Make sure you don't see any eggs. Looking for eggs because they've been sitting out here. And I have seen the squash bug out here. So if it could have laid some eggs, it would have. Looking for holes for where the vine borer may have tried to penetrate, and I don't see anything like that. Now let me tell you this. They tell you also, this is old school, if I were to pop this off right here, it's going to get the scent of the squash all out here in the area, which will also bring these squash bugs to this area and the vine borer. So if you do pop this off, get some peppermint spray or something and spray it to mask the scent. So make sure you do that. So with this way, I am able to get leaves in. I'm just going to turn it, get the leaves all in here, because then they're not going to want to lay their eggs on the leaves. And once again, I'm going to get the bottom. I wasn't really trying to get all this in here, because I'm going to, if you want to put this in a squirt bottle, you can't put all this in here. You can't have debris in it because it'll block the holes in the squirt bottle. So anyway, we've done good with the zucchini plant. And you can coat this as many times as you want to. Try not to do the flowers. I did the flowers, but try not to do the flowers because they do need to get pollinated. Normally I will hold this over my deck and let this fall down, but I want you guys to see what I'm doing. I'm just coating the leaves again. And you can come out like tomorrow and do another coating to get it. It's going to be all white when you get through. And they're not going to want to try to do anything. And so this is one plant. It's got the, and you, like I say, you can spray. You can spray it, and that's probably better, but also you can dip. You can spray and you can dip. Dip, dip, dip. Get everything coated. You want everything to get coated. And you have to keep stirring this up because it will settle to the bottom. The clay will settle to the bottom. Don't put your fingers down in it. Go around it. But if you get your nice size tub, you can dip this whole thing down like that. And each plant you just dip in there. Now if you have a plant that's big and you just now seeing this video, you get your spray bottle and you do the same thing with the spray bottle. You just want to get a good coating on it. And since I'm using it in here, you can make this as thick as you want. For the spray bottles, you can't make it that thick because it really won't spray right. So now I'm going to hang this over, and I'm just going to go and run this over the stems, because this is where the vine borer is going to come down. It's going to come down on the stem. So you have two things to watch out for. You have to watch out for the squash bug, which is going to lay eggs on the leaves, and you have to watch out for the vine borer, which is going to come and lay its egg on the stem, the bottom of the stem. Lots to watch out for, but nothing that we can't handle. So I'll check this tomorrow and make sure that it's okay. Once again, you don't want to get the flowers. I did get the flowers, but it's going to be okay. It'll be just fine. I did have something that was pollinated and it already started growing the squash. I don't see it now. Well, anyway, I wanted to show that to you. So anyhow, get you a spray bottle if you have like not a whole lot of work to do, and you can just go and spray, which is better if your plants have gotten this big. And I'm going to cover this up. I'm not going to even worry about getting this out. You can kind of get a strainer and get the dirt out. I'm going to cover this up because I'm going to use it again. Use it again. Push that back. So that's how we do that, you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. I will be on YouTube Live tonight. Let's talk. Let's talk about it. This is a very busy time of the year for all of us. And we have some new people who have a lot of questions. And we want to answer as best to our ability any questions that you have. Because we want you to grow your own food. We want you to be able to eat healthy. Boy, I tell you, me and this tripod, be able to eat healthy. And 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, come visit with us. And it's going to be me, Miss Mona, sifting some soil and more. It will be Miss Felicia, F.R. Humphrey, GT Jr., grows in Alaska, and they may bring somebody else on. But we all just one big family here, and you guys just come on the board and let's have some fun. I want to thank you guys for your attention. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And yes, I'm playing with the thing because this cricket bothers me. We did interplanting, intercropping, however you want to call it. It's the same thing. Was it yesterday or the day before? I'm just looking to see how it's looking. You can't see because it's way deep in there, but the basil is doing fine. So we have here, let's bring you down. We have two different kinds of tomatoes in this one container. We have our beans, and we have some basil. So we have 3 different plants in one container. And so if you're a small gardener with small space, you can interplant or intercrop your items and still grow more than one thing. And also everything was grown, you know, from seed over here except for the basil. This is the tomato plant that we transplanted right here, and as you can see, no transplant shock. It's doing fine. It is the patio choice tomato, and it's already flowering. We're gonna shake it a little bit, because you know, if you shake it, it'll go on ahead and produce. Now we're shaking it now, so by tomorrow it should close up and have some tomatoes forming in it. I did this one over here with you. Intercropping, interplanting. Just a preview on this plant right here. This one was struggling. This side is struggling because we had to rinse it off. Remember, it had a little smell to it, anaerobic smell. So I rinsed all the soil off of it. So this side is doing good. This one is acting up. But here's the basil. The basil is doing good. We put the basil in, and the tomatoes over here are just fine. And this is the Big Daddy tomato. This is the pineapple tomato right here. It's doing fine. And yes, the cardboard is to help with the moisture control. It helps to keep the plant moisture in, because it is hot. And of course, you guys were with me when we planted this mulberry. It is an everbearing, a dwarf everbearing. You know, it was really small. I believe this one came in a box. And look at it now. And I don't think that was even 2 months ago. Look at the growth. And it's in a 7-gallon container. Here, the blueberry bush. Now I still have not taken the blueberry bush and put some acidic soil in here, but it's still doing fine. Doing just fine. So I want to just give you a brief update. I told you I will update you on what we plant together. Here is the fig tree, came in a box. And it is flourishing. It's flourishing. So I don't know if I'm going to get some figs. They say you need to have 2 bumps right in the armpit. I think I'm just seeing 1. We'll keep our fingers crossed. This fig tree we planted last week, it was in a box. We're going to see if we get any greenery on it. You see it right now. There's nothing there except for the stick. Okay. All right, it's show and tell, you guys. We plant together. I give you the progress as we go along, so you'll know that it's real, and we can do this thing together. Don't forget to come tonight at 10 o'clock. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Say hello to me and everybody on the panel and everybody in the chat, and I'll see you in the garden. Bye-bye.